So I wanted to thank you for stopping by to check out part 3 of my AI and PDF video. I will be showing the recent updates to the application and how it works, and also briefly showing another AI and PDF program with dashboards and cool information in it, in case you haven't seen that before. But mainly we'll be taking a look at the new updates to the program, and just again, appreciate you stopping by. Good morning or afternoon or evening. It's been a little bit. I've been super busy. Haven't had too much time to make any videos lately. But this is going to be about part 3 of my chat with PDF documents, and made some progress on the program, and going to be talking about that and showing a little bit in this video. I will actually be making another part of the video. It shouldn't be a whole lot longer. Not since like the last time when I made part 2. So I'm hoping within a week or two I will have the next video out. But I did want to show some progress here and some cool things in the newest iteration of this web application that uses AI and chatting with PDF documents. So as you can see on my screen here, I have the application up and running, and I've already logged into the account. I showed how to do that in the part 1 and part 2 videos, and talked a lot about the systems behind the scenes, Pinecone, the vector store, how I host it on Render, and some about the databases that are used and things like that. So right now we have a couple things open on the screen. I have a file system with an Apple report. It's quarter 2 from 2003, so you can see the file name right there. And then the new edition or newest edition is this upload or drag and drop a file. So you can click on the upload button and it will allow you to select a file. So let's go ahead and do that. So I went ahead and opened up the local file system. You can see here it says open, and then I can click on the file and then click open. That's one way to do it. And then that will go ahead and proceed to upload it into the web hosting account or cloud environment. And the other way is to drag and drop. So let's cancel out of this screen and go back to the other screen. So here we have the same file, so I can drag and drop it on top of that target inside of the web page, and it goes ahead and gets the file prepared to be ingested, and then I just click the ingest data. Now I've already done this before the video, and so I will show the results of that. And there is more features being planned for this, but for right now this allows me to upload any PDF file I want into the backend system that I talked about in the other videos. So let's go ahead and take a look at how it works now that we have multiple files. And it does say down here in this note that we ingested your PDF files, and that is what you'll be querying against here. As of now, information has been ingested from Tesla and from the Apple financial reports. And so I'll show running queries against either or both of those different PDF files. But before I do that, I wanted to show the namespaces. If you watch my other videos, you'll see how I set up all this Pinecone backend infrastructure. And so you can see here the names of the namespaces, that's important, and the number of vectors. So there was over 1,000 pages of data ingested into the Tesla reports when I did that. And then just recently I went ahead and uploaded the PDF file that I showed you for the Apple reports. And so I will be making this namespace more dynamic in the near future, but for now I just showed how the information gets uploaded here from your local machine up into the cloud, and it ends up sitting here in a namespace. So I just wanted to mention that is where the information is being saved and where it's being queried from, along with the OpenAI and like ChatGPT type of back-end services. And just in case you haven't seen my other video, I thought I would open up this web page for a minute. You can go look in the video history. It wasn't too long ago I uploaded a video about this program. It's another program that interfaces with OpenAI and allows you to ask questions against PDF files. And it's pretty cool. There's dashboards and user statistics up here showing what it's actually costing, how many tokens that you're asking or using, and how many tokens are being brought back. There's still work that needs to be done on here, but there is a login system. As you can see up here, I'm logged in as Mr. AI, and if you log into your OpenAI account, you can directly get to it from here. Open account or view account usage and go to the AI playground, and it shows a variety of information. And then if you click on the left arrow, it has all the questions that I've asked in the past. And so if I click on one of those, it actually pulls up the question. It shows you how much it cost, how many prompt tokens were used, how many completion tokens were used, and then total tokens. It also brings back your question here in case you wanted to change it and then re-ask a question, so it saves a little bit of typing, and then it shows the answer down here. So it's remembering your questions and answers. The plan is to integrate some of this functionality into the other program that we'll finish looking at here in just a minute. And then there's also a panel you can click on this side, and allows you to change some of the parameters that are used to talk to OpenAI. And it's also made so you could input your own API key if you wanted to, or had different accounts in real time. It would just go ahead and use your OpenAI key instead of the one that this program is set up for. So one of my keys. So there is the configuration panel. Again, some of these things will be merged into the other program as soon as time allows. And anyway, I just wanted to show this in case you hadn't seen the other video. I really like this program and how it just gives some dashboards and displays and helps you understand the costs of what your usage is for using the OpenAI backend services. So let's switch back to the other program. So here I've opened up the Apple Q2 2023 PDF file that has now been ingested into the backend services. So we'll start asking it some questions. And in case you didn't see the other videos, there is a sample prompts. This was made more or less just for Tesla, but there's work being done on this also. So there'll be some different options here in this drop down to target like questions for each specific group of information. So if you just wanted to look at questions that were input for Apple or Tesla, or if it was SharePoint or legal cases, whatever it is, this is going to be built up dynamically based on those namespaces that I showed in Pinecone just a minute ago. But for now, this is just coded for one set of information, which you can use it to ask questions about the different information that's been ingested in the system. So for example, if I ask or click here, do you have any information about gross profits, and please list here in the response. So let's go ahead and click that. And you'll notice also that it does disable this, so you can't be ingesting data or trying to do that when it's in the middle of generating information. And depending on how busy the backend services are, it can take a few seconds. Alright, so if you didn't see in my other videos, there's a way here you can click on the sample prompts, and there's a list of different questions that I pre-programmed into the system. And I believe in the next iteration of the software, this will be dynamic. So as you ingest data from more files, you'll be able to target them. And there will also be a way to input questions to save, so that it can make it quicker and easier if you want to save your questions and have easy access to them. There will be a simple data input screen for that. But for right now, they're just coded here. So I went ahead and clicked on, do you have any information about gross profits, and please list here in the response. So let's go ahead and do that. And it's generating the information, so let's let it finish there. All right, it's done. So here we can scroll down and we can see that the source of the information was from the Apple PDF file, and it's showing where it found it. And there's another source here, so it's just referencing its sources of where it located that information inside of the PDF documents. Now let's go ahead and pull up the PDF file and compare it. So here I've scrolled down to total gross margins, and let's compare that to the PDF file. And it does say you can find this information in the gross margin section of the document. So let me go ahead and get that up here. So here I've pulled up the PDF document, and we can look here, gross margin April 1st, 2023 is 41,976 million. The 3 months ended on March 26th is 42,559 million. And the 6 months ended April 1st is 92,308 million. And 6 months ended March 26th, 96,802 million. So it went and extracted that information and showed it here in the results page. So let's go ahead and ask it some other questions here. All right, so here's another question. All right, let's ask it another question. Here we'll say about revenues. All right, so it's giving some information, maybe not as specific as we would like. So let's go ahead and try this. What are revenues for Adobe products? So there it's extracting information from the PDF file. Sometimes you just have to ask it things a little differently. And so here is where it found the information. So let's pull another prompt up from my pre-built list. How has the gross margin changed over the years you have in your context? And let's see. So it's giving a somewhat detailed answer. We'll let it finish and then we'll ask it something else. And let's look at the source. So here we can see the source of it was the Apple Q2 2023 PDF. So let's find another pre-built prompt. And does Tesla mention a catastrophic event? Let's see what it says. So now it's looking inside of the other information that was ingested into the back-end systems about Tesla. And let's go ahead and pull up another question about Tesla. A list of risks related to Tesla operations. So there it's extracting more information just about Tesla, and now we'll do another query about Adobe, just to kind of switch context on it here. So here let's ask it another question about Adobe. Can you tell me the basic and diluted earnings per share for Adobe? Hit enter. And so there is the answer. Let's pull up the Adobe PDF file. And here we can see where it says that it found it in the sources. And here is the PDF file. And so we asked it about the earnings per share for Adobe, 1.53 and 1.54 for the two different time periods. So here is the information here, basic and diluted earnings per share, 153 and 154. So I could go on and on asking all kinds of questions. I don't want to bore you with more details about that, but I just again wanted to show some progress on this version of the software, how you can drag and drop files right into the target here on the home page. Of course, it has a login system, so you have to have a login account before you can do any of this. And then it will go ahead and ingest your data. It will put it up into the Pinecone vector store or database in the cloud. And then now that we have multiple sources of data in there, you can see from what I just did, I can ask it questions specifically about the different information that we know is in there. I also plan to have a list in a couple places here in the application to show as more information is ingested from different sources. Right now, as this note says here, information's been ingested from Tesla and Apple financial reports. So the idea will be to just have a dynamic list of each of the sources, because it's quite possible you may want to have PDF documents about a wide variety of things, and you could like group them together basically. And as I mentioned earlier, having a sample prompts page that has targeted questions for each area or each set of PDF files that you have in here. So I will be making another video to show some more progress, but hopefully you found this interesting, and I really appreciate you stopping by and checking out the progress on this software. And have a great day. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new content.